Hello, one. Hello, everyone around. It's another time our live session, our leadership and human development live session, and I'm glad to have you all in here. It's another time to learn. It's another time to become a better person. It's another time to be equipped. Yes, my name is Dapsy. Yeah, the Pro Gamer 67 joined. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, the Pro Gamer 67 for joining. Yeah. In case you don't know, in case you're joining for the first time, this is a leadership and human development TikTok live session. And today we'll be continuing on what we discussed last Friday, which is diligence, value, productivity, and excellence. We'll be continuing on that. So I want you, like I used to say, once you come to this live session, it's a time to become a better person. It's a time to learn because knowledge is power. The more you learn, the more you know, the better it is for you, honestly. And I tell you, I'm not promising, I'm telling you that staying here is a 1 hour session, 60-minute session. Staying here on this live session, I tell you, whatever time you spend here, even if it is telling you that staying here is a 1 hour session, 60-minute session, staying here on this live session, I tell you, whatever time you spend here, even if it is, I'm still going to brief on that. That was diligence, value, productivity, and excellence. We'll be continuing on that. Daniel McCarthy will be continuing on that. Daniel McCarthy, thank you for joining. Thank you. Stay tuned as we continue on the ride that we started last week. I'm just going to brief as well what we discussed last week. And then anywhere you're joining us from, you're welcome. I'm speaking from Dublin, Ireland. And the time here, a local time is 7:40. There's a local time. So wherever you're joining us from, you're welcome on board. Thank you very much for joining. Sina Chi, thank you very much. Makadi, thank you very much. My name is Dapsy, and this is Leadership and Human Development TikTok live session, a place where you learn how to live a life of purpose, a life of victory, and a life of fulfillment. When you live such life, even you will be happy. You'll be happy about yourself. You'll be happy about yourself. I used to say this that people find they tend to be bitter towards their fellow humans, or they tend to resent their fellow humans because they are not living a life of purpose. They are not living a life of victory. Neither are they living a life of fulfillment. If these three can be captured in human's life, you will be so happy about yourself, and then you'll be happy towards your fellow humans. You'll be joyful with them. You won't have to resent. You won't have any cause to even covet, resent your fellow humans. You'll be happy for whatever victory they are having, because you're having a fulfilled life, you're having a purposeful life, and you're having a victorious life. That's my assignment, and that's why this TikTok live session is established. So join us. Thank you very much for joining. Sinachi, Makadi, Kyle, Ade, Shola. Thank you very much for joining. Tonight, we are speaking on diligence, value, productivity, and excellence. See, this four combination, people mix it up. They are so distinct. But people think that because you are diligent, automatically you'll be valuable. No, it's not. And people think because you are valuable, that automatically means productivity. No, it is not. They are distinct. They are so distinct. So you just follow me as we proceed. So like I discussed last week, we had a discussion last week. We talked about diligence alone. It was diligence that we discussed last week. But today we'll be talking, we're finishing the subject. That's the value, productivity, and excellence. We're discussing those three majorly tonight. It's just a 60-minute session. It's a 60-minute session. So we discussed diligence last week. I'm just going to give a brief for those who were not here last week, and just to brush up what we discussed last week, and then to continue. What is diligence? We discussed that diligence is simply hard work. Diligence is simply hard work. And I talked about that diligence, when you hear hard work does not mean, don't be scared when you hear hard work, because I know people don't like to hear the word hard work. So I discussed last week that diligence means hard work. And when you hear hard work is relative. Why? Because your hard work is different from my hard work. My hard work is different from your hard work. So what you call hard work might be different from what I call my hard work. So don't be scared when you hear the word hard work, because what you are assigned to do is what determines your kind of hard work that you'll be engaged with. Yes. And I cited an example that someone who is called to research and find the cure, permanent cure for cancer, who has his assignment to find a permanent cure for cancer. That person's assignment, the person's search of that person's hard work will be different from someone who is being assigned to raise children in the way they should go. Yes, it will be different from the assignment, from the hard work of someone who's been saddled with the responsibility of leading the nation. And it will also be different from the hard work of the person who is to lead a business, a global business. So everyone has their own, hard work. Your hard work is different from my hard work. So when I say hard work, diligence means hard work. Don't think, oh, I don't want to work hard, or your hard work is different from mine. So it's relative. Hard work is relative. So that was what we discussed last week, diligence. And he said, what does it take to be diligent? That you don't just be diligent. You don't just get hardworking because you want to be hardworking. There is something that should drive your hard work. And what is it? What's that thing that should drive your hard work? Is your purpose. You don't just want to work hard because you are working hard. No, there must be a driving force that should push you to work hard. That's what I discussed last week. And what is that thing? Your sense of purpose. Your sense of purpose that, okay, this is what I am born to do. This is what I love to do. This is what fulfills me. This is what gives me purpose, a sense of purpose. That is what drives you to work hard. So you don't work hard because you want to work hard. You'll be frustrated. That's the truth. So we discussed that as well. And I said, now what does it take to work hard? I gave few things, what it takes to work hard. The number one thing I mentioned was, number one is imagination. You must be able to use your imaginative power. Please just stay tuned with me. I'm just giving a recap on what we discussed last week, because today is a continuity. We discussed diligence. We discussed last week, we discussed diligence, value, productivity, and excellence. And we only talked about diligence last week. So I'm just giving a recap before I proceed. Yes. So I said that, what does it take to be diligent? What does it take? Number one is imagination. Let your imagination use that power. It's a powerful, powerful tool. Imagination. Let it run wild positively. Let your imagination run wild positively. What do I mean? I mean, use your imaginative power. Think of what you love to do. Think of that thing that you love to do, that you are passionate about, not what you are just attracted to, not just what you are interested in, but what you can be committed to, come rain, come shine. That's what I mean. Imagine that thing. And then imagine that you have done it. You have fulfilled it in your head, in your mind. That's imagination. Use it. So when you use that imaginative power, something happens to you when you imagine that you have fulfilled that which you love to do in your mind. It's auxiliary. It's not physical yet. So when your imagination runs wild, then it helps you to do it physically, because you already completed it in your head, in your mind. I hope you get what I'm trying to say. When you use your imaginative power, that's what you love to do. Imagine that you have done it in your mind. There's an auxiliary joy or auxiliary happiness that you feel doing it in your mind. So then, when you imagine that you have taken advantage of the power of imagination, then you can then that power of that happiness that you derive, the auxiliary one that you derived right in your mind, will push you to want to achieve it in actuality. Yes, in real time. So that's number one. That's one of the things that takes us to be diligent. One of the things that it takes to be hardworking. That's what I mean. Number one is imagination. Let your imagination, let it run wild, positively. My emphasis, positively. You see, that imaginative power, I made mention of it that, you see, some persons have taken advantage to their detriment. They have taken advantage of it to their detriment, to the detriment of people. They vast things. They imagine things that are, that are so detrimental to them. Instead of them to imagine it positively, use that imaginative power. So it can be used positively and it can be used negatively, depending on how you determine, how you permit it to be used. That's one thing, number one. Then number two, I made mention of determination. Determination. This is a recap on what we discussed last week before we proceed. We talked about diligence, value, productivity, and excellence. So we discussed only diligence last week. So we want to continue. But before we continue, I'm just giving you a recap on what we discussed. So I said, what does it take to be diligent? Number one is imagination. Let it run wild. Positively, yes. Positively, yes. Then number two, I said determination, to be determined. There is nothing good that comes easy. That's the truth. It's an uncomfortable truth. But you cannot be determined to what you cannot be determined to a cause that you are only attracted to, because attraction is easy. You can be attracted to something very easily. It's like a flame. It burns out very quickly. You can't be determined to something. So you must be able to distinguish, am I just attracted to this thing or I am committed? Another thing is you can easily pick interest on something. Interest is also like a flame. You must be able to distinguish if this is an attraction or an interest or an intention or commitment. That's the number. That number four is the real deal. Commitment. That's sacrifice. So a cause that you can be committed to, not just that you are attracted, not just that you are interested, not just that you are intentional about. As good as those things are, they really do not mean much when the challenge of your cause come. They won't be able to stand it. It is the one that you know that you can be committed to. That is what you should stay onto and be determined. So there are so many things that can, just wrap up your mind with, that can come to you, that can pick up interest, you can be attracted to, but you must be able to distinguish that which is this one thing. It could be more than one. Which is this one thing that I am so passionate that I can be so committed to 110. Come rain, come shine. That thing, it needs determination. Find it, determination. So what does it take to be diligent? Number one, imagination. Number two, diligence. Number three, consistency. You must be consistent. There is no good thing, there is no good cause that is built outside of consistency. Consistency. You can ask blacksmith. You can ask a blacksmith. They must continue to hit the iron at the same spot. You must continue to hit the iron. Even though it doesn't seem as though something is happening, you must keep hitting it at the same spot. Don't worry, something is forming. Keep hitting it. Don't stop. Consistency. If you want to make something good, if you want to drive a noble cause, something you are committed to, you must be consistent. That's number three. The number four is patience. The gift of patience, it's not a gift. You must be disciplined to be patient. You must be disciplined to be patient. Oh, did I even mention that? Okay, you must be disciplined to be patient. I omitted one. You must be disciplined to be patient. I'll come back to that later. Bukola, thank you for joining. Titi Lokwe, thank you for joining. Yeah. So I said number one is what does it take to be diligent? What does it take to be hardworking? Number one, I said imagination. Number two, I said determination. Number three, I said consistency. Number four, patience. You must be patient. See, I want to tell you something. Nowadays, our generation, we are so fast paced. We want something very quickly. We want everything done at the snap of the finger. It does not work that way. Your cause, your noble cause, what your dream, your aspiration, it does not work that way. I'm telling you the truth. Take it or leave it. Your aspiration, your dreams, your ambition, whatever you want to be, whatever you have in your mind that you want to be, it does not work at a snap. No, you must be patient while something is forming, even though it does not appear. You must be patient with it. It's not like the digital world that you send a message and you get it at a snap. No, your ambition, your aspiration, your assignment, your dream you must be patient with it. It's not the fact, it's the truth. You must be patient for something to form, something noble to form. You must be patient. No civilization can outgrow the law of patience. No civilization, no matter how fast paced our civilization might be, you cannot outgrow the law of patience. Note that. Then, number 5, I mentioned perseverance and resilience. My goodness, time is far gone. My goodness, we have not started today's topic. But today, number 5 is perseverance and resilience. See, I mentioned perseverance. Perseverance does not come to play until you are tired. If you just started a course that you love to do, something you love to do, I mean, your dream, your aspiration, and you're working towards it, you'll be enthusiastic about it. You'll be excited about it. I tell you, a time will come that you'll be so tired. You'll be tired. That is when perseverance comes in. Perseverance. You persevere, even though you are tired. You persevere, even though you seem as though you are defeated. You still continue. You continue. That's perseverance. I'm just giving you the principle, what it takes to be hardworking, what it takes to be diligent. Perseverance. Then, alongside that perseverance, the twin brother or the twin sister is resilience. It's called resilience. You see, resilience does not come to play not until you are defeated. Let me say that again. Resilience does not come to play on your journey to your aspiration, to living in your aspiration, living in your dream. Resilience does not come to play until along that line, in that journey, a point will come that you will seem defeated, that you'll be down. It's true. You see, defeat is part of an ingredient for success. Know that. Defeat is part of an ingredient for success, but I call that defeat a temporary one, depending on how you say it. There are some people, they can see that defeat as a permanent situation. No, that's not what I'm talking about. You must always see that defeat, no matter what, as a temporary situation. It's a temporary situation. It's part of the ingredients for your success, for your dream, for your aspiration, for your ambition, whatever. I tell you. So when you are defeated at that point, that is when resilience comes in, because you have to bounce back. I tell you, you just have to. You can't afford to be down perpetually. You can't afford to be down perpetually. You have to bounce back with rigor, with force, with energy, with dexterity, with new ideas. You are coming up with energy. So that's where resilience comes in. So these are the things, amongst many other things, that help, to be diligent, to be hardworking. And I omitted one initially. I said at that time, I omitted one. Is discipline. Discipline. So there are 6 in number. Number 1, I said, what does it take to be determined? What does it take to be hardworking, rather? Number 1, I said imagination. Number 2, I said determination. Number 3, I said consistency. Number 4, I said patience. Number 5, perseverance / resilience. And number 6 is discipline. I ought to have mentioned that before now. Is discipline. Discipline. And I think I wrote here, just for a recap, that it takes discipline to be determined. It takes discipline to be consistent. It takes discipline to be patient. And it takes discipline also to persevere and then be resilient. So I think these 6 principles, these are the things that help you help us, not just you. I'm talking to myself as well. These are principles that help us to be hardworking. So we don't just work hard because we want to work hard. I tell you, we will be frustrated. You will be frustrated working hard because People are work because working hard is a cliche that the society wants to hear. And when people hear that I'm working hard, they feel good. That, oh, I'm working hard. Even though the working hard is not valuable, it's not producing value. But because you know that it's a word, it's a cliche that the society likes to hear. So you want to feel among. You don't want to be left out. You just also you're just doing it because you want people to feel good about you, or you want to feel good about yourself. So you also say I'm working hard, and your working hard is not aggregated to produce value. Neither is it even producing productivity, not to talk of excellence. So that's what we're discussing today. We are moving from diligence to value, from value to productivity, and from productivity to excellence. How do we distinguish all of these principles, all those, these components or these keys of life onto success, a life of success? Are you ready? My name is Darcy. You're welcome on board. This is Leadership and Human Development TikTok live session. We usually have this every Friday, 7 p.m. Irish local time. Join me as we go on the ride. Are you ready? Thank you very much. So today, we'll be speaking in continuation of what we discussed last week. We're talking about value and productivity and excellence. We are going to distinguish these three. Value, we've talked about last week, we talked about diligence, hard work. And today we're talking about value, productivity, and excellence. These three, they are very distinct. Don't make that mistake to think they are the same. You can be diligent and not valuable. You can be valuable even though you work hard to become valuable. Do you know you can be valuable without being productive? Yes. And you can be productive even though and yet without excellence. Maybe I should give you an example. So to drive the point home, you can be working hard, diligent in terms of, you are working hard. You just see you are dissipating energy. Whatever work you're doing, you see yourself dissipating energy. But you are not dissipating the energy with wisdom. You are just dissipating the energy for, just for your self-gratification or whatever, just to make ends meet, just to get something to live off. But there's something is not developing in you, like a value. See, I'll tell you, if you are valuable, you're not doubtful about it. If you are valuable, you will know that I'm valuable. Once you are doubtful that you are valuable, it means you are not valuable. But if you are valuable, you will know. It's just like you walking, or you have eyes. You can't tell someone that I can see. You don't need to tell someone. Someone can know if you can see or not. Yes. So that's how value is. If you're valuable, you will know. Once you're doubting, you are not valuable. So what I'm saying is, I'm just trying to give an example of you can be diligent, working hard, dissipating energy, and yet something is not forming inside of you. You can know. That's nothing. You can know if something is forming, if a value is forming in you or not. And some people can be in this stage for 10 years, for as long as they just keep recycling the same thing. They just keep recycling the same thing. And at the point, they'll get frustrated about life. And then they find no sense for living. And they begin to do all sorts, engage in all sorts of things just to accommodate or to coping mechanism, to cope with their unproductivity. See that? So you are dissipating energy. Nothing is forming inside of you and you keep doing it. No, you need to re-strategize. You need to take a pause and re-strategize. Then afterwards, I don't want to give a practice because it's not a one size fits all. There are so many examples. I don't want to give a particular example. I just want to imagine, use your imagination. If you are doing something, you are dissipating energy and nothing is forming in you, you will know. And then even though you work hard, I'm talking about for those who worked hard now and something valuable is formed inside of them. Do you know that you still need to turn that value into a product, an aggregated product? And what does it mean to turn a value to product? It means that value of yours, you can repackage it. You have to remodel it to serve a need. It must serve a need. If it is not meeting a need, then you are not productive. Now, when I say productive, it doesn't matter. It's not necessarily maybe you are getting a resource immediately from your productivity, but just make sure that your value is packaged, is modeled, is streamlined to meet a particular need, and is actually meeting the need. So once it's doing that, it's not compulsory that you are getting a dividend, a resource or resources immediately while you are meeting that need. But over time, I assure you, over time, when that need is what's it called? How do I use the word? When that need is clearer enough, when the need that you are meeting is clear enough, I tell you, it is impossible for resources not to gravitate towards you. It is impossible. That is when you are. That's when you know you are productive. Converting your value to product, you must be precise as what you want to meet, the need you want to meet, and meet it. Then you are productive. Whether resource is coming or not, I tell you, once you are meeting a need, you are meeting that need. You have packaged your value enough. I'm going to share examples. Don't worry as you proceed. You package your value and then you remodel it in a way that is meeting a particular need. Then resource will flow to you. Resource will flow to you over time. It might not be immediate, but over time, resource will flow to you. And that's called productivity. And then moving on to excellence. If you are productive, you can there are so many people that are productive. You can stand out by, polishing your productivity with what we call excellence. It's called garnishing. You are garnishing yourself, your productivity. You are garnishing it and then making yourself to stand out. Join me as we go on the ride. Join me as we go on the ride. Just relax. Today, discussing value, productivity, and excellence, I'm going to use something as a case study. Rare earth metal. Just stay tuned. Rare earth metals. I'm going to use it as a case study tonight. Yes. Rare earth metals. I don't know if you have heard of rare earth metal, but just stay tuned. I'm going to simplify it in a way that you can understand. Just for us to show, I want to show you the difference between value, productivity, and excellence. Or majorly, first of all, value and productivity. I want to show you the difference between value and productivity. Rare earth metals. So rare earth metals, they are not like gold or silver that that occur in a large chunk of solid rock. Yes. And then you can extract gold right directly from a solid rock, a lump of a solid rock. No. You see, rare earth metals, they exist in a very tiny bits, and then they exist in a compound in a rock. Get me? Rare earth metal, they exist as a tiny bit in a compound form, and then they exist in a rock. Do you see the process? They are in a rock. Yet, when you extract them from a rock, you can't extract them just directly from a rock. They are still in a compound form that you still need to further separate before you can get the rare earth metal itself. There are about 17 of them. And then they are very essential. They are the gold. They are the gold of our days now. The rare earth metals. You'll be surprised where you find those rare earth metals. For instance, your phone is one of the places where you can find rare earth metals. They are very essential ingredients, hardware of your mobile phones. Yeah, your laptop, your television, your EV, your electric vehicles. They are so very essential hardwares. The rare earth metals. They are 17 in number. Few of them, we have the scandium, we have the lanthanum, and we have the neodymium. Sorry for taking you through the science course. Just stay tuned. I'm just trying to explain value and productivity. Value and productivity. So how do we extract this rare earth metal? I'm just going to brief it. When you pick a rock, you dismantle a rock, and then you crush it into a smaller value. And you know what it takes to extract a rock? They can blow it up. So you crush the rock into smaller pieces, and then you further crush the rock into powdered form. Now, in that powdered form, the powdered form is made to pass through different solvents, chemical solvents, in order to extract the rare earth metal in it. So when the powdered form of this rock, the rare earth metal rather, they have been dissolved in solvent, different chemical solvents, just to extract the rare earth metal out of it. Then it's made also then it becomes a liquid. The rare earth metal, which has been crushed into powder, is made to go through solvent extraction, and it becomes liquid. So during that time when it's mixed into liquid, then the rare earth metal, they are extracted from that liquid form. They are extracted from that, not just in its purified form, but still need to be purified later on. But then it's extracted from the liquid form after it's made to pass through this what's it called, the solvent extraction. Then it allows to precipitate the rare earth metal. I'm telling the process of extraction of rare earth metal. It allows to precipitate, that is, to become a solid form, that is in powder, after it's been mixed in liquids or different solvents for chemical extraction. Then it allows to cool down, just to precipitate again to become a powdered form, and then it is further purified by passing through a uh, thermal thermal system. Then from there, it is allowed, just for further purification, from there, then it's allowed to cool down again to become powder. Now in its purified form, at least reasonably purified form, and it becomes a rare earth metal. The rare earth metal is extracted. This process I just described is a long, complex, energy sapping, demanding, high level process, extraction process. Is a high level extraction process for a rare earth metal, to be extracted from the rock or whatever composition it is, from its ore, into a powdered form. But I want to tell you that this rare earth metal, as important as they are, in their powdered form, they are never productive. They are only valuable at that point, at the powdered form. They are only valuable at the powdered form. They only become productive when these powdered rare earth metals have been converted into powerful magnetic hardware. Rare earth metal, they become productive not in their powdered form. They are valuable there in that state of powdered form, but they only become productive when they are converted from this powdered form into a high level magnetic hardware. That's when they become productive. Because you see, let me give you an example of where this rare earth metal, they are very essential. In your electric vehicles, you use rare earth metal. They are, because they have this high magnetic power. So in your electric vehicle, you can't make an electric vehicle without all these rare earth metals. Their magnetic property, especially neodymium, the alloy of neodymium. I don't want to bore you with that. You can't make an electric vehicle without this rare earth metal. You can't use your phone, your mobile phone, your computer, your laptop. You can't use it without this rare earth metal. There are high components, significant components in them. But if they are still in the powdered form, they are only valuable. They are not productive yet. You can't sell powdered rare earth metal form to me as a tech giant who wants to buy rare earth metals from you. You can't sell that to me and I will take it. You are valuable, fine. But for you to be productive, you need to convert the powdered rare earth metal into a metal that I can buy. It's metal that I need. Do you see that? So many people are in their powdered form. They are valuable, but they have not converted their value into a product in terms of a magnet. For instance, the electric turbine is just a learning process. Your turbine, you use this magnetic property to convert wind energy into electricity. And then even in defense and so many other important aspects of life that we use this rare earth metal. So what am I trying to say in essence is that I wrote here, mhm, intentional, yeah. I want to say that if you want to be productive, if you want to turn your value to a product, one thing is that you have to be intentional. You have to be intentional that, oh, my value, you have to be precise. You have to set your face that this is exactly what I want, and you go for it. Yes, there is something that is a connection between precision and productivity. If you are not precise with your value, you can't be productive. You must focus your value onto something for your value to become productive. Yes, I'm going to give an example. For instance, I wrote here, hmm, This part, even in your life. Simple thoughts. Aha. I wrote here that, for instance, if you are a good writer, you are a good writer, you know how to, convert your thoughts into writing dexterously. Yes, you are very good in writing. Knowing how to write is not just that's not a product. It could be a value. Yes, you can construct your thoughts, your intentions in writing, and then you can sell it out to people. That is value. Or let me put it this way: that is a raw value. Is raw. That is a raw value. You need to convert that raw value into you need to convert that raw value into a product. How do you do that? Thank you, Bukola, for joining. Thank you very much. 11, thank you very much. I really appreciate. So, we're talking about diligence here. We're talking about value and productivity. We are talking about value and productivity. I'm trying to differentiate what value and productivity is, the difference between value and productivity. So, and I said that if you can convert your thoughts, your intentions into writing, you are very good in writing, converting your thoughts into writing. That's a raw value. So you can explore as many fields as possible while you are learning, while you are sharpening up yourself. You are exploring so many fields. There are so many things to write about. There are so many things to write about. Tamang, thank you very much for joining. So this that you are able to convert your thoughts into writing is a value, is a raw value. But for you to convert that raw value into a refined value, you need to first, explore different, subjects, explore different subjects, whatever kind of writing that you want to do, explore it. But at a point when you are refined and you want to be productive, you have to what? You have to be precise. You have to be precise. You have to streamline all your focus to something. You have to streamline your focus to something that, okay, my writing skill, this is exactly what I want to write about. You can't write about everything. There are so many things to be done. You can't do everything. That is why you have to focus your value, streamline it into something that this is the need that I want to meet. Then meet it, then you become productive in your writing. Let me give another example. Maybe you are good at movie acting, you're good at singing, or you're good in dancing. Yeah, you're good at doing music. You can explore. That's a raw value. You can explore different sphere of movie. You can explore different sphere of music. You can explore different sphere just to sharpen up yourself, just to develop yourself across board. You can broaden up your horizon. But that is the sharpening of your value. You are sharpening up your value. You are sharpening up yourself. But if you want to be productive, you don't work that way. If you want to be productive with your value, now you are valuable. If you want to be productive with it, what you need to do is to be precise. You need to focus all your attention on something. It not necessarily has to be one thing, but it has to be few things. Few things. You focus all this attention. You have explored, in a bid to sharpen up your talent. I mean your value. In a bid to sharpen it up, you have explored a lot of field in terms of singing, in terms of dance, in terms of movie. I'm just citing as an example. But if you want to be productive, you want to move away from value to productivity, you have to what? Focus on few things. Focus on few things. Yes. For instance, there are so many genres of music. Focus your genre. Focus on a genre. There are so many style of movie. There are so many styles of dance. Focus on something and then say, this is the need that I want to meet. Then meet it. That's when you become productive. Chinwers, thank you for joining. Thank you very much for joining, Rian Power. I may not be able to pronounce your name properly, but please forgive me. Thank you for joining. Thank you very much for joining. So you focus your value to something. That's what makes productivity. You must focus it. You must streamline it. So what is that thing that you have been so valuable about? What is that thing? What are those things that you are valuable with? Like you have value on that thing. You need to what? You need to repackage that value. You need to repackage your value and focus and say, okay, this is the need that I want to meet. You must know what you want, the need you want to meet in order for you to be able to meet or serve that value. to be productive. You have to know exactly the need you want to meet. You have to know the need you want to meet ahead. Like it's like knowing the end from the beginning. This is what I want to achieve at the end. This will help you to know what you need to serve from the beginning. Do you get what I'm saying? You need to know the end. This is what I intend to achieve. This is the need I intend to meet. Then that's from you are looking at it from the end. So you know the need you want to meet. Then this will guide you on what you need to serve as your value to be productive. Do you get that point? Do you get that point? Know the end point. This is what I intend to serve. This is what I intend to do. I mean, this is the need I want to meet at the end of the day. Then this will guide you on what you need to serve or how you're going to serve what you want to serve. And that is productivity. This thing, it takes a lot of intelligence. Don't assume value is productivity. No, don't assume that. It is not. You have to be intelligent. You have to be strategic. You have to be streamlined. I mean, you have to be focused on something or few things for you to be productive. Yes, that's true. I hope you're following. Thank you Alex. Thank you very much for joining. Thank you for joining. I really appreciate it. I wrote here, I said, it takes intelligence and intentionality to convert your values to product. You can write that down. It takes intelligence and intentionality to convert your values to product. It takes intelligence and intentionality to convert your value to a product. That intentionality means focus on few things or one thing. Focus on few things on one. There are so many things to be done in the world. There are so many things going on simultaneously, and that can easily catch your interest, catch your attention. Don't look at that. You have to keep your focus straight. Keep your focus on that few things or one thing that you want to meet the need. Focus. There's a connection between focus and productivity. Focus, intentionality, and productivity. Do you understand? So keep that on your left palm. Don't let it slip off. Okay? There is a relationship between your focus, intentionality, and productivity. You have to be intentional. You have to focus for you to be productive. I hope we are clear on that. We have just 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Thank you very much, Bukola. Thank you very much for the show of love. Festus Momo, thank you very much for joining. Thank you very much. So we're discussing diligence, value, productivity, and excellence. So now this is excellence. Now we've moved on to excellence. So now excellence haven't been diligent and they've been valuable and they've been productive. Now, if you want to stand out amongst many, because there are so many productive people, if you want to stand out amongst many productive people, what you need to do is for you to be excellent. You add excellence to your productivity. Add excellence to your productivity. This will keep you, it will stand you out among many productive people. Add excellence to it. Excellence, what do I wrote here? Excellence. I said, this is what stands you out among many competitors offering similar products as you. This is what stands you out amongst many competitors offering similar products and services as you. And I wrote here that it is not so much of the big things that make excellence. It's not so much of the big things that make excellence. It is more of the little detail that many will ignore. It is not so much of the big things that make excellence. It is more of the little intricacies, little details that makes the big difference. Yes, it's more of the little details that many will not take, they would ignore. Many wouldn't pay attention to. This is what makes excellence. Do you understand? When you say excellence, it's not so much of the big things. It's not really the big things, the giant things. Excellence is more of the detail, subtle details. Yes, the detail, the intricacies, subtly that people will usually ignore.
and then you refuse to ignore it. That's what makes, in whatever form, in whatever sphere of endeavor that you are engaged in, it is the little details that makes excellence. The little details. Find out for those details. And those details, do you know, they could be so discouraging that they would almost want you not to do them. That they will almost discourage you, that I want you to ignore me. But if you refuse to ignore those little details, then you see your work, whatever, what your work, probably your product or your service, you see them standing out amongst many. Yes, it's a key. Find out, it's a key. Excellence is more of the little details that many people will ignore, and yet you are paying attention. And the thing is, it's so tempting. Those little things are so tempting to be ignored. But when you refuse to ignore them, then you see your work coming out excellently. You see yourself coming out excellently. This is how we rise. This is how we work. We create excellence in any way, in any sphere of life that you find yourself, in any walk of life that you find yourself. And I wrote here, so I wrote here for instance, maybe in your academic work, or maybe your career work as a career person, you need to find out the tools to use in order to upskill your career pursuit. You need to find out more professional or digital tools in order to enhance. Some persons might be working in a career set for 5 years and yet still remain the same, no additional value. But you need to upgrade yourself. Even apart from the training you receive in your workplace, you personally, you need to upgrade yourself. Pay attention to those details, those subtle details. Pay attention to those subtle details. If it is to learn digital tools, to upscale, to upgrade your knowledge in that field, find out your own self. Don't depend on what the company or the organization is setting up. That's good. It's good in itself. But you also need to do your own due diligence. These are the little subtle details that many would ignore. Many will be tempted to ignore. But yet, as an excellence-oriented person, you refuse to ignore that. So these are the things that stand you out amongst many. In addition to that, if you are found in the midst of so many excellent people, then how do you stand yourself out? You are found in the midst of so many, these people, you are found in so many, dexterous, excellent people, personnel. People are excellent here and there around you. How do you stand yourself out? I'll give you another key. Is with your character. It's your character. I mean, good character. In addition to your excellence that stands you out among many products, amongst many similar products offering service. Yes, similar people that offer the same product or service as you. If you want to stand yourself out, if you are found in the midst of so many excellent people that offer the same or similar product and services as you, what stands you out in addition to your excellence is your good character. Your good character is what will stand you out. Yes, that's why you must pay the price to be good. Yes, it takes discipline to imbibe, to inculcate yourself a good character. It takes a lot of discipline. So this is what stands you out. If you are found in the midst of so many excellent people, what would stand you out is your good character. So on this case, I'm going to be resting today's, I'll be wrapping it up with that. Your good character is what stands you out among many excellent people. I believe I've been able to, impact positively. I've been able to make you understand. I've been able to make you understand that that diligence is not value. I've been able to make you understand that value is not automatic productivity, and then productivity is not automatic excellence. So they are distinct. It takes intentionality to convert your value to products. It takes intentionality and intelligence to convert your value into a product. And if you want to move beyond that realm of productivity, then you add, in addition to your productivity, you add excellence to it. And in addition to your excellence, you add a good character. And these keys, these laws, principles, you will see yourself soaring high in whatever sphere you find yourself, whatever sphere you work in, whatever sphere your engagement is in life, in whatever walk of life. be it tech, be it business, be it career, be it artisan, creativity, whatever, sports, government. If you follow this rule, diligence, converting your diligence, your hard work into value, and not stopping there, converting your value into a product, and then moving forward beyond the realm of product, and then adding excellence, the subtle, almost ignored details, you add it to it. And then with in addition to that excellence, you add good character to this. I tell you, the sky is your starting point on your way to achieving your aspiration, on your way to achieving your dreams, on your way to achieving your ambition, on your way to achieving your assignments. On this case, I rest it. My name is Dapsy, and then you are here again on leadership and human development TikTok live session, live here in Dublin, Ireland. Usually we have it 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. local time, Irish time here in Ireland. So wherever you're watching us from, rather, just do well to align every Friday, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. It's always a life transforming session. You will never regret staying or spending your time here, 60 minutes. You will never regret it, because I believe and I'm so sure that you will learn something new that will help you to scale up in your career, in your assignment, living up to expectation, and living a life of purpose, living a life of fulfillment, and living a life of victory. I remain yours truly, Dapsy. So see you again next week, 7 p.m. Irish time. Synchronize your time wherever you're watching us from in the world. Synchronize your time. Irish time, 7 p.m. on Fridays. MPA, thank you very much for joining. Bukola, thank you very much so much for joining. I really appreciate for staying tuned. God bless you. So we'll see you again next week, Friday, 7 p.m. Irish time. It is your leadership and human development TikTok live session. My name is Dapsy. See you all next week. Have a good time. Have a good day. Cheers. Bye.